Hey girl, today's reformer-inspired mat Pilates class is using weights. So ankle weights around your wrists as well as your ankles a little bit later. If you have them, go grab them, press pause. And if you don't worry about it. Just use your beautiful body. Can you start by bringing your hands all the way down? Palms are facing behind you in a kneeling position. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, you reach, palms face up, spirit fingers really active. Inhale as you take a seat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, take a seat. Now, if kneeling is not comfortable, can you just start to find a seated position? Maybe you stay high kneel, but start to really create your own resistance with the arms up and back down. Let's go 5, 4, 3, holding up in 2, holding up on 1. Can you start to bring the hands down, turn the palms to face one another? We open, close, open and close. Spirit fingers are really active here, and think about pressing the hands back while squeezing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, squeeze, inhale back. Let's go 3. We are holding in 2, holding back to center on 1. Now flip the palms down, press back, and then bring the hands to the hips. Press back, bring the hands to the hips. Again, driving through the palms, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Think about crown of the head to the sky. You might close down the eyes. And notice how these sensations feel, because in a moment, we're adding them all together. Let's go 3, 2, on 1, just shake the arms out, take a little wriggle, stay in a high kneel. We're coming up, open, down, T shape, and then back, all the way, little A shape. We come up, V, T, and A. Or maybe it's a Y. Think of it like the YMCA. Up, out, and down, keeping everything else really still. So it's just the arms working out and back. 2 more like this. Last one. Out and back. Can you stay high? Pull the elbows in, reach back up. Elbows in and reach. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, stay where you are. Extend the arms, pull them in. Extend the arms, pull them in. So now the fingertips are reaching either side of the body in line with the shoulders. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, bring the elbows in on 1, and then hinge forward as you slide your hands behind you, just like so. Keep the elbows really close to the body. Let's go 3, little surprise in 2, hold back on 1, flip the palms in and then out. So to the thigh, out to the sky. To the thigh, to the sky. And that rhymes. Keep pulling the hands away from the body. And in 3, we are pressing the palms behind you. In 2, palms behind you on 1, little lift, little lower. Keep pressing, keep squeezing. Woo. Let's go 5. Who said you need a reformer at home? Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down, take a seat, and just shake out through the shoulders. We are changing the ankle weights now onto your ankles. So take your time, and we're going to get into some legs, still working the upper body and core a little bit, because that's the beauty of Pilates, and in particular reformer-inspired Pilates, is you do use the whole body in an exercise. So coming down onto your left-hand side, can you bring your knees in, and can you bring your hand to your hip? Think about stacking the shoulder directly over the elbow, and then can you lift the top knee? Press the top foot out, drive it back in. Press it out and back. Now think about pressing through the heel to open the hip. You can always bring the hand in front of you. And start to maybe think of your happy place. Maybe it's doing this shape, maybe it's not. But remember why you chose to press play today. Let's go 3, holding out in 2, holding out on 1. Keep the foot flexed. Can you slide it forward? Can you slide it back? And then add the knee back in. Press it out. Inhale forward, exhale back, inhale bend the knee. Exhale press, slide it forward, slide it back, and in. Bringing awareness to where you want to feel this and letting everything present, any sensation. Let's go 3 more. Last 2 on 1. Single leg sweep. So just the sweep forward and back. Let's go 5, 4, 3, holding it forward in 2. Stay with me on 1, little lift, little lower. The knees are just on top of one another for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees in. Oh, take a moment, punch it out. Send it some love because we are adding into this shape. So can you just bring the feet out long, but can you bring your left foot, your right foot, which is in front of you, and then bring your right hand down to help you find your side plank. Can you bring the hand to the sky and can you just hold? Now from here, can you start to little lift, little lower through the hips? So think your hips are doing a little dance move. Whew. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2. Can you hold on 1? Just for 3, for 2, and 1. Come all the way back down. Take a little moment to release the shoulder, and we're adding on from this shape. So you're coming all the way down into your side plank. Take a full breath in, exhale as you find your plank, and then can you start to bring the top hand to the sky? Can you bring the top hand down, lift the hips, lower the hip, top hand to the sky. Hand comes down, lift the hips just a little bit, lower and back. Let's do 5 more, so you're pressing into the bottom forearm. Little lift, little lower, 3 more. Last 2. Oh, my feet are slipping. Last 1. And hold for 3, for 2. Come all the way down on 1. Roll the shoulders. And we're going straight into the other side. So scooch the legs to the other side. Coming down onto your right forearm. Keep your knees bent and then think about lifting out from the rib. We're extending the top leg out and we're pulling it back in. Extending the top leg out, pull it back in. Play around with where your left hand likes to go. It may be on the hip. It may be in front of you. And remember to flex the toes, driving through the heel open, pull back in. Drive through the heel, pull back in. Now, I haven't done a reformer-inspired Pilates class in a while, so I don't think I've ever done the platform actually. So let me know once you do it, if you like it, if you want to see more of it, because I always want to hear your feedback. Let's just go for 3. Press it long in 2. Press your top leg out on 1. Can you slide it forward? Slide it back. Add the knee back in. Press. Slide it forward. Exhale back. Inhale bend. Exhale reach. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale bend. Remember, if the breath ever becomes overwhelming, trust the process. Listen to what feels good and back yourself, because you are so much stronger than you think. Let's go 5 more. Just the sweep in 3. Let's go 2. Last one here. Can you press it long and hold? Can you sweep it forward, slide it back? Try to keep the legs straight if you can, using the hamstrings, the glutes to slide it back and forward. This is 3. We are holding it forward in 2. Hold it forward on 1. Little left, little lower. Your knees are parallel but not touching. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees in. Oh, I don't know why I'm so surprised, but they got me really good today. Hand comes down, top leg comes forward, back leg comes behind. So the top leg, which is the left, or right leg comes behind you. Find your side plank and hold. Press into the forearm, lift the bottom rib, hand to the sky. Little lift, little lower through the hips. And we are holding in 5. Holding in 4, 3, 2. Can you hold all the way up on 1, just for 3, for 2. Come all the way back down on 1. Take a moment to reset. If you are slipping and sliding like me, don't worry, I can help you out. So bring the feet down exactly as they were. Hand comes down this time, you're gonna find your side plank. Now little lift of the hips and then release the top hand. Press more into the bottom elbow to lift the hips. If the feet do slip, minimize the range or come back to just holding. Let's go 5, 4, 3. We are holding in 2. On 1, hold your side plank just for 3. For 2, come all the way back down on 1. Take a moment to roll the shoulders, bring the hands in front of you, and just take a little stretch. Slowly making your way down onto your back. So legs are coming really long, and then can you just make your way down onto your back, however you would like to get there. Bring the hands overhead and let the ribs belly expand. As you exhale, start to tuck the chin to the chest and slowly roll yourself up over the thighs. Keeping the C shape through your spine, roll yourself back down. Now, if roll downs are quite challenging, I get it, they can be. So remember to be really curious. You always have options. A really nice option is to start seated, like in the L shape, tuck the chin to the chest, roll halfway to wherever you feel shaky through the belly, and then roll yourself back up. Remember, this is called a practice, so every day is going to look a little bit different. And over time, if you commit to this practice, magic starts to happen. And by magic, I mean you get a little bit better at your roll downs. Let's do one more here. Coming all the way back down, and can you bring the hands overhead once you get there? Now this time, we are going to add the right leg. So as you start to roll yourself up, can you lift your right leg? Lift the hands to the right leg. And then lower everything back down. We go the other side, so you can lift the left leg as you roll up and roll back down. Now, if you have space, you can circle the hands around you as you lift, and then they can come up, overhead, circling back. If you are tight for space, keep the hands just coming up, back down, and then overhead. Really listen to your body here. And if today is not the day the legs want to lift, who cares? Let them be heavy. Let's go 3. Last 2, scooping the belly to lift. Lower all the way back down. Final 1. Can you hold the left leg? So even if it's bent, straight leg, whatever it is, just hold. Take a full breath in, bring the knees close to the chest as you can. And then slowly start to lower yourself down, keeping a hold of the calf. Now I'm off my mat, but that's okay. Can you keep the head lifted, and can you start to hover the right leg? Then can you change, pull it into the chest and change. So you're drawing the knees or the thighs towards the face. While keeping the head, neck and shoulders lifted. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, bring the right leg into the chest, lower the left leg, take a little stretch, and then start to lower the head, bring both legs long, scoot yourself down if you have gone flying off your mat, and bring the hands overhead and keep the legs really long. Take a full breath in, spread the fingertips, exhale as you find your crunch, few little hundreds, and then come back down. So obviously it's not a full 100, but we're finding a similar shape as you scoop the belly, lift the palms, pump, come back in. Next time, lift the right leg in, pump, reach back long, left leg, pump, reach back long. So 2 pumps, pull back in. Using your exhale to reach the knee in, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch, pull the knee in, inhale, lengthen. Let's go 3. Last 2. On 1, hold the right leg up. Now, can you keep the right leg where it is? Lift the left leg, change the hands, change the legs, change the legs. Now you're keeping the fingertips spread, you're keeping the crunch. Let's go 5, 4, right leg is long in 3, in 2, right leg is long on 1, pump the palms, pull the belly button in. Let's go 3, we're changing legs in 2, changing legs on 1. We do this one more time for 3, 2, and 1, change legs, 3, 2, 1, change legs, 3, 2, 1, knees to chest, head comes down, take a little rock, a little sway, and just allow everything to settle, returning to your breath. And then from here, can you start to bring the hands down by your side, keeping the legs in tabletop. Take a full breath in, and exhale, can you start to bring the knees into the chest, lift the hips, lower the hips back down like a little roly-poly, knees over the hips. Pull the belly button in, lift, press into the hands, roly-poly, roll back down. Now this is working a lot through your core, but it's also a really nice spinal release. So take it at your own time. Play around with it. And if it feels okay, start to lift the legs behind you, like so. Keeping the lower back really heavy as you roll back down, and the knees return back over tabletop. We do that again. Hug the knees into the chest, point the toes over. Now you can press into the palms, maybe hang out here for a little stretch, and then bring the knees in towards the chest, slowly rolling through your spine. Let's just do 2 more. Hug the knees in, lift, toes over. Little stretch. Hug the knees in, roly-poly your way back. Last one here, knees into the chest, lift. This time, can you just hold? Now, if it feels more comfortable, bend the knees. Super attractive, I know, you're welcome. Otherwise, think about really pressing into the palms to take a stretch through your spine. And slowly start to bend the knees, hugging the knees and the thighs to the belly as you roll back down through your spine. And then can you just lower your feet for the time being? Take a little windscreen wiper. Allow the lower back to settle. And we are going to finish your practice with a variation of legs and straps, except we have no straps, we just have legs. So let's give it a go. Bring the legs to the sky. Hands can come down by your side, or if you tend to get a little bit yucky through the lower back, you can bring the hands underneath your lower back. Can you connect the thighs and the heels together? Take a full breath in, lower the legs halfway, open, and then bring them to the sky. Lower halfway, open, and back. Now only go as low as your lower back will allow you. Now I'm a little bit restricted for space here with the beach hut, but that's okay. So if you have more space, you can play around with how big these circles are, really allowing your inner thighs, your hips to open. And the difference between reformer and mat legs and straps is, this is also a really good core workout. So let's go 3 more. Keep pulling the belly button in. Last 2. Final 1. Come all the way back to the sky. You might want to hug the knees in, otherwise legs come straight back up. This time we're opening wide, using the heels to scoot back together and then back. Now your circles can be tiny. For example, they can be like this. They don't have to be big. Listen to how the body feels. Maybe one direction feels really different than the other. This is really challenging because this B chart. Did not think about this. That's okay. Let's go 3. Last 2. Final 1. Finish off the circle, bring the legs to the sky, start to bend the knees, connect the hands either to the ankles or the outer edges of the feet, and take a little happy baby. If you would like a little bit more of an inner thigh stretch, bring your hands towards your calves, extend the legs long, just like you would legs and straps. Flex the toes and start to rock or sway side to side. Reconnecting to the breath. And let's just go for another 3. Last 2. Can you start to bring the heels together on one, knees fan out? Maybe you hold here, or maybe you lower your feet to the mat, hands to the hips. Closing down the eyes, or softening the gaze. Allowing your practice to fully absorb. Let it run through the body. Perhaps shifting your energy, your mood. And I really hope you can take this feeling into the rest of your day. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Invite some movement back, maybe wriggling the fingers, the toes, slowly rolling to one side and pressing yourself up. I love this feeling. Hopefully you do too. Hopefully you enjoyed this type of style. Please let me know if you did, and I will see you soon. Mwah.